Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about the positive effects of largemouth bass fishing as it relates to environmental conservation, overall health and well-being, and most importantly, some tips and tricks to help you catch fish, which hopefully you'll be able to enjoy the best part of this, which is catching big bass. First off, we're going to start with conservation. According to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife, 100% of the fishing license proceeds go to some of the following things. Importantly, obtaining a fishing license keeps you from obtaining fines and penalties when the game warden comes through and checks your fishing license. Also, it helps to promote things such as fishing piers for those that are disabled, those without boats, so this can be a widespread opportunity to reach many, many people. It also helps when the environmentalists go through and check fish counts and populations. It also helps stocking these lakes, ponds, and rivers. Along with that, it creates artificial habitat which hold the fish. So if you are able to have a boat and go out and fish, you can go directly to some of these marked areas where you know the fish will be holding, and it puts you in a better position to catch more fish. On the slide, you'll see an example of what a fishing license looks like in most states. Next, being outdoors, fishing provides the body with vitamin D and has many health benefits. On average, Americans are only spending 8% of their life outside right now. Fishing gives people an opportunity to have exercise. The sun provides vitamin D. It helps with cell regeneration. It helps with bone growth and it strengthens the immune system. Importantly, getting outside according to Psych Times helps on average decrease cortisol levels by 25%, which is the number one stress hormone. So being that we're in such a technology-driven world where we stay inside and play video games, we're on our phones, getting outside, getting fresh air, getting that vitamin D, de-stressing from everything that we have going on, fishing provides a huge opportunity for us to go out and relax and recover from everything that's going on in the world. Moving on. Here's what we all want to talk about. We've covered a few things conservation-wise. We've covered some of the health benefits, but now we're going to talk about some of the tricks for helping us catch these fish. We're going to start off and go over all four seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. Spring is probably one of the best seasons. It's spawn season. The spawn are when males and females are in their mating cycle. The females will sit on bed guarding their eggs. Usually right before there's a pre-spawn where the female bass are very active feeding before they go on bed, and catching them gives you the opportunity to catch a very large bass. Once we move into spawn, the female will go on bed. The males stay on the outside edge of the bed and they guard, which makes them very aggressive to fast presentation lures because they think that there's predators there. If you get it onto the bed past the males, you have a chance of catching the female on the bed. There's no damage done, there's nothing wrong. You remove the hook, you release her, she swims back to her bed. It's just part of the natural instinct. Once you move into summer bass fishing, things get a little tougher. The heat of the day starts and the fish start to move in cycles. Early in the morning, when the water is cooler, they'll be shallow, they'll feed, and then they'll move to deeper water. If you start in the heat of the day, sometimes your best opportunity is they may only feed 1 to 2 more times a day. So you'll need to take bigger lures and go out to deeper points in the heat of the day where the water temp is cooler because the sun hasn't reached fully, and slowly move those larger baits, because if they see options, bigger bass are going to take that bigger option to not exude as much energy, eat that one large meal, and then they'll go back to where they were. Fall is probably one of my personal favorite times. They're up and down the water column. There's barometric pressure changes as we move from summer into fall into winter. And the morning top water is probably some of the funnest bass fishing you can do. There will be poppers you can throw, buzz baits you can throw, and the fish will make large explosions. As it gets in those early fall days where it's a little warmer, they may do the same thing that summer bass do, where they go a little deeper, stay a little cooler. Overall, fall's great, especially for a new angler. There's some hardcore guys out there that fish extremely year round that it doesn't bother, but fall temperatures are the best. You've got that cool morning, pleasant afternoon. It's one of the best times to go fishing. Winter. In winter is extremely difficult. One, you have to battle snow and sleet and ice and anything you may be out there on, but the fish are probably at their most sluggish. They go to deep water that doesn't get affected by the atmospheric changes as much. And once they drive to deep water, that's where they're going to be almost the same way as summer. They're going to hold the rocky bottoms in deep water because the rocks hold heat to keep the fish warm. They're also going to chase that same 1 to 2 meals a day. Sometimes they may be in 20 to 30 foot of water. So if you're a non-boating angler, fishing from the bank, wintertime may be the best time for you to pick up a new activity. But if you're just starting out, getting into it, these are some tips and tricks for each season for you to go out and try. My recommendation, start in the spring or summer, get that great success, develop the passion for it, and then chase the bass year round. On the next slide here, we just have a few pictures of some common baits. You'll see the jigs. They have a weed guard. You throw these in thick brush. Commonly, you can use these year round up in the trees. Bass are very ambush predators. They want to see something fall and attack it. In the top right of the slide, you'll see a spinner bait. These are common springtime, fall time. In the winter, you can use these a little bit in deep water, but you have to crank them extremely slow so they get down and bounce off those rocks where the bass are holding. The crankbaits are also a great year-round tool as well. If you look at the front, that's the diving lip. The longer that diving lip, the deeper that bait will go underwater. The shallower, it'll stay up in that 2 to 3 foot range. So you can use that in springtime. You get the longer lipped one, and you can make that dive down deep to get those fish that are either in the summer deep or in the winter very deep. All right. In summary, proper licensing has many benefits to conservation, bass habitats, disabled non-boater fishing opportunities, and helps with fish stocking through all these conservation items. So very important, get your fishing license, let that funding go to this, and let everybody have the opportunity to do this great activity I've enjoyed for 20 years of my life. Secondly, in our very technology driven world where we stay inside, getting outside fishing is a great way to spend time with your family, your friends, and the health benefits are very endless. Lastly, fishing is a year round activity. If you follow the tips and tricks, hopefully you'll be able to enjoy the best part out of all of this, which is catching big bass. Thank you.